What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are taking on one of the most insane challenges I have ever attempted in Minecraft. We're not just building a base. We're not just building a house. We are building an entire underwater city. A sprawling metropolis encased in massive glass domes, right here on the ocean floor. This is going to be an absolutely colossal project, so let's not waste another second. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here we are. This tiny little patch of sand in the middle of nowhere is going to be our staging ground. The first step in any monumental build is gathering an absurd amount of resources. And for an underwater city made of glass, you can probably guess what we need most. Sand. And not just a little bit, we need mountains of it. I've already done a bit of off-camera grinding, and as you can see in these shulker boxes, we are stocked up and ready to go. We've got thousands upon thousands of sand blocks, a healthy supply of sea lanterns for lighting, and enough iron for all the hoppers and rails we'll need later. Now, before we can even think about building our glorious domes, we have to clear out a massive area on the seabed. This part is probably the most tedious, but it's absolutely essential. We're going to use a classic method, sponges. I've raided a few ocean monuments to get these, and they are going to be our best friends for the next little while. The plan is to create large, temporary walls of sand or gravel, section off a huge square, and then go in with the sponges to drain all the water, block by block. It's a slow, painstaking process. You place the sponges, they soak up a pocket of water, you break them, dry them out in a furnace, and repeat. Over, and over, and over again. Okay, after what felt like an eternity of placing sand and drying sponges, we have our canvas. Look at this thing. We've carved out a massive square crater on the ocean floor. It's completely dry and walled off from the crushing pressure of the sea. This is where the heart of our city, the central dome, is going to be built. Getting this far was a monumental task in itself, but honestly, this is where the real fun begins. Now, we get to start building up. The next step is to lay down the foundation for our first and largest glass dome. I've mapped out a perfect circle using some online pixel circle generators. It's crucial to get this shape right, otherwise the whole dome will look wonky and lopsided. I'm going to start by creating the base ring of the dome using some polished andesite and sea lanterns to give it a nice, clean, foundational look, and also to light up the perimeter from the very beginning. This will prevent any unwanted guests from spawning inside while we're working. Another time-lapse, the player carefully places blocks in a massive circular pattern on the floor of the dry pit. The circle is then built up, layer by layer, curving inwards to form a massive dome shape made of glass. And there we have it. The main dome is complete. Look at the scale of this thing. Standing inside here, it feels absolutely cavernous. The way the light filters through the glass and the water is just... wow. It's already starting to feel like a proper underwater sanctuary. Of course, a giant, empty glass bubble isn't a city. Now, we have to fill it with life. My vision for this central dome is a kind of bioarboretum, a central park for our underwater civilization. We need to bring the land down to the sea. So, the next phase is terraforming. I'm hauling in load after load of dirt, grass, and trees. We're going to create rolling hills, a small forest, and even a little river that flows through the center of the dome. I want this to feel like a vibrant, living ecosystem, completely sealed off from the ocean around it. We'll plant different types of trees: oak, birch, and some custom-made larger ones to really give it that lush, overgrown feeling. We'll add flowers, tall grass, and even some bees to pollinate everything. It's all about creating contrast. The green, lively park on the inside, and the deep, dark blue of the ocean on the outside. With the central park dome taking shape, it's time to expand. A city needs more than just a park. It needs places for people to live, work, and connect. My plan is to build smaller, specialized domes that will branch off from this main hub. We'll have a residential dome, a farming dome, and a sort of commercial or storage district. To connect them, we're going to build these awesome underwater glass corridors. Building these tunnels is a bit tricky. The method is similar to draining the main area, but on a much smaller scale. You build the glass tube first, fill the whole thing with sand to displace the water, and then dig your way out from the inside. It's a claustrophobic process, but when you break that last sand block and see your path connecting to domes, it's incredibly satisfying. I'm designing these conduits to have a nice, reinforced look, using some smooth stone slabs and iron blocks to frame the glass. Shows the process of building a glass tunnel connecting the main dome to a new, smaller, cleared-out area. Time-lapse of the tunnel being filled with sand and then dug out. Now, for our first satellite dome, the agricultural biodome. A city needs a sustainable food source, and we're going to build the coolest-looking farm you've ever seen. This dome will be split into different levels. The bottom layer will be for automated crop farms, wheat, carrots, potatoes, all harvested automatically with villagers or water mechanics and collected into a central storage system. Above that, we'll have a level 4 animal husbandry, cows, sheep, and chickens, all living in their own comfortable, well-lit pens. And at the very top, I want to create a beautiful melon and pumpkin patch, with vines climbing up trellises towards the top of the dome. The key here is to make it not only functional, but also aesthetically pleasing. We'll use a lot of wood, hay bales, and warm lighting to give it a rustic, greenhouse feel, which will be a great contrast to the high-tech vibe of the rest of the city. Alright, the farms are up and running, providing us with a steady stream of food and resources. Next up is the residential dome. This is where the citizens of our underwater metropolis will live. I don't want to just build a bunch of identical square houses. I want to create a variety of futuristic, pod-like homes that are built into the walls and landscape of the dome itself. We'll use a lot of quartz, concrete, and cyan terracotta to give them a sleek, modern look. Futuristic pod houses are built and connected with glowing paths. Villagers are transported into the dome and begin walking around. I'm designing a massive, multi-item sorting system that will be the brain of the entire city. Every farm and grinder we have will feed into this system, automatically sorting every single item into its own designated chest wall. It's an incredibly complex redstone project, but it will make managing our resources so much easier. The entire dome will be filled with the sounds of pistons, hoppers, and furnaces, the true heartbeat of our city's industry. The exterior of the dome will even have some decorative smokestacks that release bubble columns, making it look like it's actually processing resources. And there you have it. After countless hours of planning, gathering, and building, our underwater city is complete. Let's take a final tour. We started with nothing but an empty ocean, and now we have this sprawling network of domes. We fly through the Central Park, with its lush greenery and flowing river, a perfect slice of the overworld preserved beneath the waves. We move through the glass corridors, watching squid and glow squid drift past. We visit the agricultural dome, a marvel of efficiency and rustic charm, providing for our entire city. We see the villagers milling about in the futuristic residential pods, their homes looking out into the deep blue. And finally, we arrive in the industrial heart of the city, where the hum of machinery promises a future of endless possibility. This was, without a doubt, one of the most challenging and rewarding builds I've ever done. It took so much patience and dedication, but seeing it all come together like this is just an incredible feeling. This city, Atlantis 2.0 if you will, stands as a testament to what you can achieve in Minecraft with a big idea and a whole lot of blocks. But that is going to be all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what you think we should add to the city next. Maybe a research lab, or an arena. I love hearing your ideas. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.